What's up, Juventini? Not only are we facing Atalanta in a big matchup this weekend, but we are linked all throughout the news today as Nico claims that we are not done shopping at Atalanta and gives us the next name we could be chasing from there. And then Mirko Di Natale, he has other ideas for Juventus and claims that our top two priorities are Tonali and Osimhen. And he also gives us another list of attackers in the running. We'll go through the details on that report. And then we've got a race between Juventus and Atalanta for a 21-year-old center back. And the injury rundown heading into that game, Juve sees another player go down. We'll tackle it all together right now. I'm Berto. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's March 6th. Let's rock with the news. And we kick things off with Nico report that we are not done shopping at Atalanta. Ederson is the name that continues to be linked with Juve and said to be on our radar. Skira also adds that meeting mid-January between D'Amico from Atalanta and Giuntoli also involved discussions on what it could take to add Ederson amongst the ranks at Juventus. For you, let me know, where do you stand on Ederson? Do you want to see us chase this player? Hit me in the comments. Now, we get to Mirko Di Natale, and he has other ideas for Juventus and claims that our top two priorities, top two on the list, are Sandro Tonali and Victor Osimhen. All right, he claims we are actively working on both players to try and see if deals can be found. And above all, he claims that Tonali is actually the leading name as far as Juventus goes, and any targets that they want to come see in the summer join Juventus, he is top of the outright list. Now, the probability of these moves we know is not high for many different reasons. But I gotta say, I appreciate the ambition, and you just never know. So let's see what happens when it comes to these guys. He also continues, Mirko Di Natale, that in the attack, we still have other names, which are Seshko and Lookman. And he also gives us the news on the Canadian international, Jonathan David, who many have thought we are completely done with. And out of the ranks, we are still in the running for Jonathan David. And Giuntoli has not closed the door there. And we will still be monitoring that situation as he enters free agency this summer. So let's see what happens. But I gotta say, appreciate the ambition. Now we get to a race with Atalanta for the signing of 21-year-old center back Nicolo Bertola from Spezia. Apparently it's down to Juve and Atalanta. We'll see who can capture the signature. And ahead of the big game between Atalanta and Juventus this Sunday, we gotta look at the injury rundown. For Savona, it's not looking good, and it's probably going to be after the international break before we see him re-enter. For Vega, still in doubt heading into Sunday. Kalulu is back and expected to play, but the question is, who will his partner be, as Gatti has gone down now with slight muscle fatigue? For me, this is infuriating that now, as we enter one game a week, we lose guys in training. All right? We've got to do better, and you've got to maintain these guys. But now there are question marks at the back as to what you do going into that game. Gatti will be closely followed over the next couple days, as well as now things will pick up for Vega, and maybe a situation where you didn't want to play him normally becomes that. Or do you have faith in Lloyd Kelly next to Kalulu? If that's what happens, hey, I might just pull Locatelli back and maybe go next to Kalulu. But Lloyd Kelly, aerial battles, much stronger than Kalulu. This is a little bit of a question mark and a little bit of an issue for Thiago Motta. Hopefully Gatti can show up, or even Vega. Let's see, everybody. As far as wrap-up, Golo Muani is your Serie A player of the month. And there is no doubt he has overtaken Dusan Vlahovic, and Vlahovic will get minutes sparingly from here on out, and definitely is ready to say goodbye to Juventus in the summer, as Juve will look to part ways. That's your news roundup. You all know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC army. But my favorite part, let me know what you think about all the news you just heard, and let's mix it up. Until tomorrow's edition, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.